How do you change your fans also like section on Spotify? A lot of artists always ask me this question. When you go on Spotify and you scroll on your profile, there's a fans also like section in which Spotify has a bunch of artists there that thinks, people who like your music will also like. But a lot of artists don't really like a lot of the artists in their fans also like section. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys what you need to do in order to change your fans also like section into any artist that you want. So the way you're going to achieve this is actually with a playlist. What you want to do is create a playlist and put all the artists that you want to show up in your fans also like section on that playlist. And what you're going to do is promote this playlist, and as you're building it up and people are listening to the music on that playlist, they're going to be listening to your music and all those artists you put on there. And eventually Spotify is going to see that those specific artists you put on that playlist, their fans also like your music. And eventually, after you do this for a long period of time, eventually those artists will show up in your fans also like section. But what you want to do is make sure you create a playlist that's very interesting, that's based around the niche genre that your music is made about, or based around interests that relate to your music. For example, let's say your music is good to game to or good to drive to. You want to create a playlist that represents that specific interest, and you want to put your music in there alongside all the other artists that you want to show up in your fans also like section. So essentially you need good visualizers, good cover arts for the playlist, professional looking playlist, and just put all those artists that you want to show up in your fans also like section on that playlist, and use visualizers to promote it with TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and just keep building up the playlist. And over time, as you're building it and people are listening to the playlist, your fans also like section is going to change.